I got my man, Padman, and I'm so glad he keep it clean on the screen when the numbers flash. I ride slow in Escalade, sun on the dash, hands on the wheel. I move for real when the signals clash. I know I'm nuts, but it get me paid. Tick, tick, boom. I don't blink twice, I hit that lane, then I let it ride. Padman payday, Padman payday. I got my grin when the stack go wild. Padman payday, Padman payday. I take the win and I don't look back. Copy trade like a midnight trick. One tap, one move. I live on a hunch, then I watch it jump in a second or two. I know the talk, what they say online, but I like my luck. When the green lights stack, I don't ask why, I just make it through. I know I'm nuts, but it get me paid. Tick, tick, boom. I don't blink twice, I hit that lane, then I let it ride. Padman payday, Padman payday. I got my grin when the stack go wild. Padman payday, Padman payday. I take the win, I don't look back. If I fall, I slide right back. If I slip, I learn the map. One more move, one more chance, and I punch that final tap. Padman payday, Padman payday. I got my grin when the stack go wild. Padman payday, Padman payday. I take the win and I don't look back.
'Hey, good morning. Hope everybody's doing all right. That is, if anyone's even here. If you're not, I still hope you're doing well. All right, today, 8:30 is the time to set your alarm for do not trade. If you're on TPT, if you're on trade day, if you're on any prop firm that does not allow news trading, today is the day. 8:30 a.m. Leave 10 minutes on either side of that, just for safety's sake. You will lose your accounts. So I said it. If you lose your accounts now for trading during restricted events, it's your own damn fault. I'm still sorry, but you should have listened. You should have tuned in. 7:30 a.m. on a Thursday. What the hell else are you going to do? Right? Right. So, in the news, what do we got? 8:30. Unemployment rate, non-farm payroll, and then initial jobless claims, and U.S. average earnings year over year. Private payrolls, continued jobless claims, average work week hours, average earnings, U.S. manufacturing payrolls, labor force participation, government payrolls. That is all at 8:30 a.m. So that's your restricted news right there. Now, U.S. factory orders month over month is at 10 o'clock. That'll move some candles for you. Also at 10 o'clock, we have core durable goods revised. Okay, no big deal. And at 11:30, U.S. 4-week bill high yield and bid to cover. Then, of course, at 1 o'clock, we have the Baker Hughes oil rig count. So that's the news for the day. I'm gonna actually throw this up. Actually, gonna just throw up. I'm not. Throw this into the chat here. Excuse me. All right. So I put it at the top of the chat there. High impact news, 8:30 m. I meant to say AM. It's early. Forgive me. Restricted on most prop firms will cause failure. So it's all caps. Yes, I am yelling. Deal with it. If I can keep you from losing your funded accounts, cheers. That being said, TPT non-funded accounts, those you can trade during news if you are typically a news trader. I am not. Too much volatility, too much of just about everything that I don't want to deal with. News events are, they can be, if you're good at trading them, they can be very profitable. I would rather not risk it. Let me just take a quick look here. Since I said it, I might as well double check it for you. Yeah, non-farm payroll is the big one that TPT is restricting. And yes, it is forbidden for Pro and Pro Plus accounts to trade through this news event. So if you're not trading, if you're just trading an eval, you can if you want to. If you are trading a funded account on TPT, that will fail your account immediately. Your prop firm account will be forfeit. Comrade. All right. India and Japan sign a pact on geology and mineral exploration, including critical minerals. All right. That's a cooperation pact for battery industry. I think. Beijing's liaison office officially restructured with focus on economy. Look at that. Oh, yeah, there it is. India and Japan agreed to sign a pact on cooperation in the battery sector. So, yeah, that's what the mineral exploration is all about. Japan and Saudi agreed that safe Hormuz passage with no extra costs is key. Well, you can blame America for all them problems. US of A. Sorry, guys. Angia, good morning. How are you today? I am green across. Yes. I am green across all the accounts already. That's my girl. That's my girl. That sounded creepy. I didn't mean it to. I'm sorry. Waiting for NFP now. Yep. I don't know if you've been listening, but zero trading. Restricted on most prop firms. Will cause failure. High impact news. 8:30 M. It's supposed to be AM. So yeah, NFP, non-farm payroll, is a restricted event for most prop firms in funded accounts. I was just saying that you can trade your TPT non-funded evaluation only at 8:30 if you really, really want to blow an account today. Czar, what's up, my man? Yep, NFP Thursday. I am doing wheel. I'm doing wheelie well today. Wheelie willy well. Well. And wheel. So yeah, in the overnight, well, not even in the overnight. Yesterday after the stream, it started pouring here when I was gonna go to the beach. So I opened up. Oh my gosh, help me out here. Teammate Alex's live stream on the prop firm match, and was listening to him rattle on about prices and lunch boxes and things like that. I'm just kidding. He doesn't rattle on. He's just got a lot more energy than me. But he was going on about his take on the market and where he thought it was going to go, and I noticed that it matched up pretty well with what I was thinking. So I opened up my cash account. I had already been green on all my funded prop firm accounts, and I didn't want to trade any more of my evals that day. So I opened up my cash account, waited for what I thought was a perfect setup, and I entered it. I entered a trade, and I was immediately in like $200 worth of drawdown. I held that for a solid 15 minutes, and it kept bouncing between $200 in profit, $200 in drawdown, just up and down and up and down and up and down, and then it took off like a rocket. So I'm glad I didn't close it out, but for a little while it's pretty horrible. Ended up making $2,700, almost $3,000 on a single account yesterday. And I would have closed that out with a $200 loss, but everything was telling me to stay in it. And then having teammate Alex sitting there rattling on about the data that he had backing it up. It's like, okay, I'm gonna stay in it for a little bit longer. Still had a stop loss on. It launched up on me. It got up to $3,000. I was getting ready to close it out. It pulled back down, close it out for 2,700. And that was That was the trade that I wish I was screaming when I did, because it was the best trade I took yesterday. Tim Korth, the chicken man, the myth, the legend. Tell me you have a chicken named Henrietta. Angie, I'm not going to risk my account. In fact, I had big fat losses last week across all the accounts. I spent 3 days to make it all back. Now I'm profits. I don't remember you taking losses last week, Angie. I mean, I don't know what you do when you're not on the stream with me, so that could happen anywhere. All I want to say is make back losses is way harder than making money. Oh, ain't that the truth? So there is no difference in taking a loss and then trying to claw back up and just trading. Hear this nonsense? Um, there's zero difference except for one thing: your headology. When you are looking at your chart and you are trying to make back money, you can't make back money. That money is gone. Consider it just, you can't make it back. Consider that something in the past that is unattainable. You can, on the other hand, make some different money. And you have to get your head around thinking like that. Because as soon as you are on a chart and you're trying to make back what you lost, it's an added level of stress. It is an added level of discomfort. It is an added pain in the ass. And then you start worrying about what your P&L is for the day. Don't worry what your P&L is for the day. Worry about making good trades. There's somebody listening right now that, actually, no, there's probably 3 people listening right now. Y'all know me. You don't need that kind of stress. Don't worry about your P&L. Have a daily loss limit set in a small amount, nothing like $3,000, $5,000, no bullshit like that, or on a prop account. Don't have a $700 daily loss limit. That's just stupid on a 50K account. But have it set in an appropriate area to where if you hit it, your account flattens and locks you out for the day. And don't be an asshole and go in and change that daily loss limit, thinking that, oh, I can make it back. I can make it back. I can make it. You can't make it back. It's gone. That money, somebody took it from you. They put it in a fireplace. They covered it in kerosene. They lit a match. It is gone. So do not think like that. Andrea, we all know you're a good trader. We see it every single morning. Your P&Ls are always great. Everybody takes losses. I took a $175 loss this morning. Shit happens. I'm not going to cry about it, but I'm also not trying to make $175 back. If my next trade is something that, or the next trade that I decide to take, it needs to be something that I want to take. And I'm not looking for $175. I am looking for that chart to tell me when it is time to get out of the trade. That's it. If I'm trying to make back $175, I'm going to lose another $300. It's all the headology. Trading headology it's weird. You think $175 wouldn't mess with you that much, but even those small trades do. Maybe it's just me because I'm a cheap bastard. I don't know, but that's just how it goes for me. So stop worrying about your losses. Worry about your trades. At least I know it's easier said than done, but at least try it. Good morning, Skeletor. Last month was a deep red month to me, but I got lucky, managed to make back all the losses this month. Never give up, even your accounts were red. Yeah. Everybody goes through it. When you have red on your books, it's stressful. And that is the worst part of it, is that stress of, oh shit, I just lost $1,000. Doesn't matter if you've got $400,000 in a cash account. When you lose $1,000, that's still $1,000. That's a chunk of change. Nobody wants to lose $1,000. Nobody wants to lose $1. Let's be honest. But if you're trading, you need to accept that fact long before you press that first buy or sell button. You're gonna lose money. Shit, you're probably gonna lose money today. Angie, I limited myself only below 2 to 3 accounts in a month. Last month, I blew 2 accounts. This month, hopefully not blowing any accounts and make profits slowly. Holy shit, you have been listening. Just like Skeletor. And I feel like a preacher. If you're listening to everything I say religiously, if that comment was to me and not Angia, then hallelujah. Slowly. So you have been listening. If you all right, Angie, I'm gonna ask you a personal question. Do you trade a personal cash account? Now I'm gonna throw this out there for all 4 of my loyal pre-market listeners. Let me know if you're trading cash accounts. Just a Y or an N in the chat. All right, we got a note from Tim. Angia, Skeletor. Let me know. So I'm going to say this, and again, I'm going to preface this with this is not financial advice. So if you have a Trade-A-Bait account, I know not everybody here is in the States, but you have an account that you can put a small amount of money in. Small is a keyword. And here's why. I use Command Pad. I use Command Pad to trade everything. So, stupid trick that I play on myself. Again, it's about the headology. I have a cash account that's attached to my ManPad. So that cash account takes exactly the same trades as every other account. Now, that cash account is a small account. The reason why it's a very small account that's attached to my ManPad, my Command Pad, and Trader's Post is because I trade 50Ks. 50Ks are the best value from, as far as I'm concerned, they're the best value from a prop firm that you're going to get because of the amount of drawdown that you receive compared to the amount of profit you need to make before you start taking payouts or passing evals. So I take my cash account and I had it set at $2,000. That's it. $2,000. Put it in a cash account. Now you're playing with real money. So if you're playing with real money, that does, and I've heard people say, oh, you can trade a paper account the same way you can trade a cash account. Why wouldn't you trade a paper account? Blah, 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 blah. And I can tell you right now, those people that are trading on paper accounts, when they switch over to a cash account, they will lose their asses because they don't have that asshole puckering experience of losing real money. Just like people who go from prop accounts only and start trading a cash account end up not experiencing, they still have that ass puckering feeling when they lose money, but it's not the same. When you watch a candle wick down 40 points and you know that you have real money in a cash account that is in that trade, it tests your nerves, and it tests them often, and it tests them daily. Honestly, there's not a single day where I haven't gone, oh, I haven't shit so well in my life. That's just a joke. I've never pooped at the desk yet. But there are levels to the amount of stress, self-control, and frankly danger that you're dealing with. You lose a prop firm account, you're losing what, $150? You get a straight to funded, it's $300 tops. Okay, it's $300. Compare that to 2Gs. A little bit different. $2,000 in real money. It's going to test you. It tests you when it's going down, but it also tests you when it's going up. When that trade is going in your favor, are you going to be that greedy asshole who just says, oh, no, I'm going to let it keep, it's going to keep going, it's going to keep going, it's going to keep going? No, don't do it. Learn to take profits at appropriate areas when the chart tells you to, whether you have levels set that you feel like they're going to, that your technical analysis has said, hey, I think today pudding is going to go to $14.95 a barrel. And this is why. Then you put your take profit up at that level, maybe a couple of points below it, and you trade it accordingly. But if you put a cash account in your man pad and you know that it's in there, trading is going to change a little bit. And at first it might be worse, but if you got half the brains you were born with, and I know all of you do, you're probably going to end up becoming a better trader for it. You're not going to take quite as many bullshit, stupid trades, and you'll start noticing that, again, this is if you have the self-control and I mean, like Angie is rich. She can throw $2,000 in a cash account every day if she wants to. So it probably doesn't mean as much to her. I'm not that guy. I put $2,000 in an account and I'm going, it's $2,000. That's my kid's tuition. So, man, take your profits when you can, trade accordingly, use a cash account if you can. If you can't afford it, don't do it. That would be stupid. But if at all possible, attach a cash account to your prop firms. It'll change your trading. Part 2 of this long-winded bullshit lecture, and I am sorry, I will shut up in a second, but this has to be said. Your prop firm trading will get better. You will lose less accounts. You will take longer to pass them. That's just a fact. Well, it's not a fact. That's how it worked for me. You're going to take longer to pass a prop firm evaluation if you're trading with a cash account, simply because you're going to be more cautious. You're going to take less trades, and that sounds like a bad thing. You're taking less trades. You're taking longer to pass your evals. The reason why most people pass their evals is not from skillful trading. It is pure dumb luck, taking multiple paper cuts, and then taking stupid trades, reversing direction, changing bias, and then hitting one trade that moves 300 ticks in their favor, closing it out for an evaluation win. That's how most people pass their prop firms. So trade it like an adult. Use your cash account, and it's going to take you longer to pass your evals. But once you do, it's also going to take longer for you to get payouts once you're funded. But again, once you do, you're going to hold on to those accounts for so much longer, and they're going to pay you so much more. Your return on investment goes through the goddamn roof. Take it from someone who knows. I've been doing this for a minute. Make more money over a longer period of, or I'm sorry, make a little bit less money over a longer period of time while spending less money. That's a net positive. You don't spend an extra grand a month on prop firms that you wouldn't have needed if you didn't blow them out making asshole trades. That was my rant. I'm sorry. I will shut up now. I can't imagine what's in these comments. Skeletor, I do only when I see a decent setup that's trading a cash account, I'm assuming. No, I don't, because I treat most of my prop accounts like a cash account. Honestly, I don't think I could handle it well now. I still get titled when I lose. Oh, tilted when I lose. I still overtraded when I am red. All right, so you don't treat them like a cash account then. Or you would go on tilt in a cash account and then overtrade when you're red in a cash account as well, if that's what you're saying. And if that's the case, practice. Keep trading. I'm not saying overtrade, but just keep trading. But practice not trading, if that makes sense. Practice not pushing the button just because something looks like it might go in your direction. Wait for your setup. May not happen today. Today might be a shit day for trading, or tomorrow, or the next day, whenever. It might be a horrible day for trading, and you may not see a setup that you are very comfortable with. You don't need to take a trade every day. You don't need to take a trade every week. Well, on some prop firms you do. You one micro trade for 3 seconds if you have to, but that's just part of the game. But in general, you don't need to take a trade every day. You don't need to take a trade every week or even every month. It's not something you need to do. So practice not trading. Practice not trading shitty setups. Practice not trading against a trend. If you're a trend trader, practice not trading against it. Practice trading longs above VWAP, or practice not trading a short off a bounce off a deviation band that you're not very comfortable with. We're looking at a price above the second standard deviation band and it's gone up, but I think it's going to come down. Why put a trade in when you only think it's going to come down? Wait for it to start coming down. Practice not trading will help you're trading. And that is smart. Skeletor. I have a TradeVate account, a small account, and I trade only 1 micro at all times. That's the way to do it. You take a small account, you trade 1 micro on it, you take good trades, and eventually that's going to become a medium-sized account, and then a large-sized account, and so on and so on and so on. If in your mind you think that you should still learn to trade more, then listen to it. Don't have doubts in yourself like that are just unjustified. Also, don't have confidence that's not justified. But look at your data. Look at your trades over the course of the last year, 6 months, 3 months, whatever. I don't know how long you've been trading at this point, Angia, but look at your trades over the course of however long you've been trading and see what your stats are. Look at your win to loss ratio. Look at your average loss versus your average win. Are you an RR trader? Are you a negative RR trader? I'm sorry. Are you? Yeah, just look at your stats. Don't let, because everybody's brain, well, most people's brains will tell them they're worse at something than they actually are. I had 0 confidence in myself when it came to futures trading until I looked at my TradeZilla stats and then went over my, I think it was about 3 months worth of trading, like from that day back 3 months. And I went, oh, I'm actually a little bit better at this than I thought I was. So don't make that judgment just in your head, Angia, because wow. Yeah, that's not a bad choice. Just heard ass pucker. Oh man, I'm missing out a lot of comments here. Yes, this is pressure. I'm sorry, I'm so backed up on these comments here. I'm also learning to handle the pressure when I do copy trade. I'm not used to doing copy trading, honestly, but if I can handle the pressure of a copy trade, I will open a cash account. Copy trading is hard. Actually, no. Copy trading is easy. It's easy to lose money. What I am a very, very firm advocate of copy trading because it has made me, frankly, quite a bit of money. But, and there's always a big old but, I've always got a but. If you haven't been taking consistent payouts, don't copy trade because you haven't been consistent. And if you haven't been consistent, you're multiplying that problem by copy trading. If you are consistently taking a payout every single month, you're not blowing accounts anymore, you're seeing that you are steadily progressing in the right direction, I would say after you take 10 payouts, yeah, shit, even 5, let's say 5 payouts, because most people don't even make it to 5. Let's say after you take 5 payouts, add 1 more to it and copy trade. And then after your next 5 payouts, add another one. Pay attention to how many accounts you blow, pay attention to how many you had to pay for, and make sure that your ROI is green. And then every 5 payouts, add another account. Take your profit, ensure the trade you're in will be a winning trade and be happy, lock it in green and be, yeah, no shit. Now that I learned how to walk away with a big fat loss, that is so hard. Learning how to be, thanks for all these comments, Angie and Skeletor. Giving me something to talk about with people here. Hey, Zumane, I'm sorry. I did not say good morning to you. Good morning. So yeah, there's that learning to walk away. Learning how to lose. There's actually a book called The Best Loser Wins. Very good book. I suggest it highly. The Best Loser Wins. That's it. How it's learning to walk away when you lose, learning how to lose, learning how to control your losses, because you're not going to be, not every trade is going to be a winner. Not every day is going to be a winner. Not every week, not every month, not every quarter. Hell, if you've been trading long enough, not every year is going to be a winner. You are going to be red on a year occasionally. It's going to happen. It's happened to me. It's actually happened to me 3 times. So anybody who thinks that that I win all the time, you haven't been paying attention. So yes, I had red years. 3 years were red. Now, learning how to lose, learning how to walk away, and learning how to control tilt. If I had a good answer for how to control tilt, I would write that book and I would sell it for $109.99, and I'd be a multimillionaire tomorrow. Yeah, I'll get it free, but everybody else has got to pay for it. Fuck them people. I still go on tilt, but I've learned how to go on tilt. Hear me out. Sounds stupid, but hear me out. I've learned how to go on tilt. I have one cheap 100K account on the side, like a fucking mistress I don't talk about. Okay. This is my side piece over here. Just a little 100K cheapo. I like them dirty. You know what I'm saying? A little ghetto trash there. I'm slumming it. When I feel like fucking around and doing something stupid, I go talk to my guman. That's it. That's how I go on tilt. I blow out that bitch and then get another one. Very nice. Good job, Tim. Angia, seriously, I don't think you give your, if this is a fact and you're not just pulling my leg, you're doing better than 95% of the prop traders out there. This is awesome. If you're taking 8 to 10K a month in payouts, as long as you're not, now there's caveat. All right. As long as you're not spending 8 to 10K or more, because I've seen people do this. As long as you're not spending that 8 to 10K or more on those payouts, and you are green in your books, not on the prop account, but if in your personal books you are green for the month, month, you were doing better than 95% of the traders out there. So if you start going on tilt, get a mistress, 100K. That's all I'm saying. There's your tilt. Angia, you and I are going to do a video call next week. When I get back to the peninsula, you and I are going to do a video call, and I'm gonna give you the daddy-daughter talk, okay? Because if everything that you've said in here is a fact, I may have a plan for you for upping your trading. Not significantly. It's not going to make you a millionaire, but it sounds like you're doing exactly the same thing that I was doing when I was trading. And yeah, we'll do a video call when I get back to the Nicoya Peninsula, and we'll have a short discussion about your risk management and copy trading. I don't care about your English being broken. I'm living in a country where I barely speak the language, and I just suck at it. Okay? I don't give a good goddamn about how bad your English is. Your English is better than my Mandarin. Your English is better than my Spanish. So I don't care. I can use Google Translate if I need to. Makes zero difference to me. Oh, thank you. It's time to go long. Yeah, Angie, is honestly, I don't care how good your English is. Don't care. I'm living in Costa Rica, and my Spanish sucks. So I know what that feels like, and I am definitely not upset about it. Sim Korth. Yeah, Tim Korth did the deviation band trade. And that was at 8:06. I just want to see what your trade was. Nice. Not too shabby, Hoss. Looks like you waited for the confirmation and everything. That's pretty badass. Pretty badass. Nick, if you need a translator, I speak fluent Spanish, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. I actually need a tutor because I am living in a Spanish speaking country, and I don't want to be that asshole who moves here and expects everybody to speak English. So I am working on my Spanish. But if I do need a translator online one day, hell yeah, I will definitely give you a call. All right, we got 15 minutes until some very special news. about some very special things. Don't be an idiot and lose your accounts, please. Don't trade them. Learn to respect them. Uh, the news rule applies to trade day, take profit trader. I don't think Top Step does if you are a news trader. I think Top Step does, but I think Tradeify does. Again, confirm all of this because I don't know the rules for each and every prop firm I trade. Honestly, I've kind of gotten to the point where I just no longer care about the prop firm rules. I'm just kind of trading them like I'm trading only a cash account, and over time, eventually, I'm gonna either pass them or take a payout from them. So I kind of leave it at that. I don't really care much about the sort of stop filled. What the? Oh, when I opened my tab, it was from my pre-market trade. All right, so yeah, I don't know all of those rules anymore. If you start trading multiple accounts, you'll understand why. It is hard to keep track of. So we got 15, no, now we have 12 minutes till news. So I am going to go and grab myself a cup of coffee. I'll apologize for that rambling rant about prop firms and trading psychology. Feel free to roast me when I'm gone and talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back. Sorry about that. I almost didn't come back. The group of macaws sitting outside here. I just started looking at them, going, "You're so pretty." As long as they keep quiet, I'll be happy. Yeah, Angie is in Hong Kong. Dave's in Vancouver. I'm in Costa Rica. Skeletor, correct me if I'm wrong, California. Is that correct? We're pushing through that first deviation band. I haven't even been looking at this chart really. Sitting here going on a rant with you guys. Our active point of control right now is 29,981. I'm going to throw on an anchored VWAP at midnight. Actually, I'm just going to go to my handy dandy midnight VWAP. Midnight. Here we go. All right. Midnight VWAP. It's this purple dotted line. I'm sorry, that's right. NQ is looking pretty healthy. And I know Skeletor is going to ask. So I am just going to pull this up really quick. We have the VWAP trading. Oh, where the heck is it? Traded Concepts by the man, the myth, the legend, Austin frickin' Silver. I'm just going to start calling him Austin SIL. All right, so we have previous day's value area low at 30,124.25. Previous day's low, $30,009.25. Asia low is at 29,894.25. London low, which is also the low of Asia and London session, would be 29,826. Previous week's point of control is at 29,724. San Diego, I was correct. All right. You read my mind. And you've been here every single morning. It's 3 minutes till news, people, so hold on to your butts. You think I don't know you by now? I wouldn't miss it for the world. I appreciate you, Skeletor. That's very nice of you. Showing up for my ridiculous live stream every morning. All right. I just sent a quick message to a buddy of mine in Detroit. He hurt his neck yesterday and called me to ask for some advice on how to get it to calm down. For those of you that don't know, my degree is actually in human physiology. I spent a lot of time studying anatomy, physiology, and biomechanics, and did genetics research for a while. So I was a practicing physiologist for longer than I care to admit. You were an early riser, damn. You have made a better trader, honest truth. Thank you. That, that's that's like the best compliment I could hope to get from anybody. If I can help somebody, if I can honestly, I was talking to Randy Baines about this the other day. We were talking about because I'm doing the ocean plastic cleanup project down here, and was saying that it's one of those things where when you go somewhere, you want to leave it in a better place, in a better condition than when you left it. News is here right now. It's 8:30. It's time for the news. I'm flat on everything. Let me just make sure. Exit. Flatten. Flatten. Okay. So, um, so when you go someplace, you want to leave it in a better condition than what you found it. And I don't know if most people think that way. I'm assuming that they do, but um, all evidence points to the contrary. So started doing a plastic cleanup project. I'm getting real sick of having to cut things off of sea turtles and finding bottles and bottle caps and nets and fishing lines and shit like that all over the beaches. And so I started doing this, set up a fundraiser, did all that. And Randy and I were talking about it. And Randy, I don't know if any of you all know Randy Baines, but he is genuinely one of the kindest people you'd ever care to meet. He is he's like kind of like Dave. He's just a good guy, plain and simple. And somebody was busting his balls online talking about his trading and how they do a mentorship, which is a paid mentorship, which we can get into later if you want to. I won't go on a long-winded tangent right now, but he does a live stream every single day, and his thought on it and how he explained it to me, he said, if I can make a difference in one person's life and actually help somebody out and just help to give somebody the confidence or a new skill or something to help get them green, I've done my job. As a human being, helping another person, I've done my job. I love that outlook. It's really nice having been able to through like people talk about, oh, it's a trading community and this and that and the other thing. And in some cases it is. In most cases it is not. Trading isn't a team sport. We all know this. But if you can surround yourself with people that actually give a shit, um, and are willing to trade ideas and and theories and skills, you're gonna be better off. If you can end up helping somebody, awesome. So Skeletor, if I actually help you become a good trader, I've done my job. And thank you for saying that, because I truly do appreciate it. Yeah, Skeletor's the same as me. I wake up at 3:30 almost every day. You wake up, you do the pre-market for 2 hours, then go to your 9 to 5, come back and check out Dave's stream for a bit at night, then go to bed. It's a living. Angie is back. Back again. Angie is back. Tell a friend. $8.34. Let's see what the news actually was. Pull up the financial juice. Unemployment report. Non-institutional, June 2026, 275,166. That's the employment status. All right, let's look here. We've got overall, it's a negative overall. Number of employed people has dropped by it's a negative 507. The civilian labor force is down 720. Don't care about the 25-year educational stuff. All right, and this is actually also showing the number of people not in the labor force. So overall, this is basically a net negative. So traders are fully pricing in a Fed rate hike by December. Weaker than expected jobs data. The actual year-over-year average earnings is exactly what they forecast. U.S. government payrolls, actual 8K, previous 52, revision 32. Month-over-month earnings are as they forecast at 0.3%. Ooh. U.S. private payrolls, actual 49,000, forecast is 107K. Previous was 120, and the revised was 97. All of this greatness is making me feel real good. Ooh, Angie was in a long. Got out of my long from 40 to 260. Wowzers. $220 point win on your end. Color me impressed. All right, we had a pump. Now it's coming back down. Austin's doing another boot camp for 2027, May 13th and 14th. That's very nice. I guess NFP gonna pump because it went sideways over 2 days and dropped. I'm chilling now, enjoying my long weekend. You know, I made a decision last night because I've had an exceptionally stressful week. It's been a stressful week for me. I decided this weekend I'm not going to do a damn thing involving finances. Not going to do anything involving charts. No, nothing. I am going to actually spend an entire weekend doing not a damn thing. I'm going to drink a couple of beers, smoke a cigar, relax as much as possible, and try to reset my brain and my nervous system. The one thing that all of us, most of us, who get into this industry, one thing that we all tend to do is get hyper focused on charts, on markets, on the price of oil and gold and silver and ES and NQ and YM and what is the yen doing and what is the US dollar strong and what is the interest rates and blah 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 blah. And I'm guilty of it. And my nervous system has had a toll taken on it. It's a long weekend. I am going to chill the hell out and drink a few beers, maybe go buy some devil's lettuce from one of the local beach vendors, and close up my computer and not look at anything in the financial market. Going to take it easy, and you're calling it. Might trade Asia later. See everyone next week. Czar, you have a lovely day. If I don't see you later, you have a great weekend. Enjoy the long weekend. Hopefully you're not getting hit with that horrible heat wave. I don't know if it's affecting California. I know in Detroit yesterday it was 100 degrees. So my condolences, people. Stay safe. And And during a heat wave, it is important for everyone to understand the differences between heat stroke and heat exhaustion. So I'm going to say this for anybody who's listening. If you feel like you've been out in the heat too long, you start getting lightheaded, anything like that, the easiest way to determine whether or not you have heat stroke or heat exhaustion is your skin. If you have heat exhaustion, you're going to be sweating a lot. You need to get a bunch of fluids in you. If you have heat stroke, your skin's going to feel clammy. You're not going to be sweating. Your heart rate's going to increase, and you're going to be not wanting to take in any fluids. You want to get to a cool place and go directly to a hospital. So if you're out in the sun and you're in the heat and you start noticing that you're lightheaded, heart rate's gone up, you feel a headache coming on, check your skin. If you are cold, if your skin feels clammy and you are not sweating, get your ass to the hospital. Your doctors will know what to do. What's up, Primo? How you doing, brother? I got you. Because no matter how well you're doing on the charts, you let heat stroke go, all the money in the world is not going to do any good for you. And Primo, I am playing nice with the monkeys. Yesterday on the beach, ended up getting hit in the head with a bunch of seeds that the monkeys were throwing down from the trees. These little green seeds, about, I don't know, 3 inches long. And they pick them, chew them up, and eat them. The insides of them are this really bright pink. And they like to throw them at people that walk by. They just toss them down and hit you with them. I'm getting hit in the head with those things walking on the beach. The howler monkeys were just playing with me. That's feedback from the monkeys. Yeah, they don't like what I'm doing on the beach. They should. What do we got here? We're getting heat stroke, not heat exhaustion. Oof. That's, yeah, that's not a good place to be. So the epidermis is actually the largest organ that a human has. The largest solid organ in your body is actually your liver. Largest organ overall is your skin, and both of those things actually regulate body temperature. The human liver, okay, so this will be the fun fact of the day. The human liver has over 215 jobs to do that we know of so far. And your body heat over 75% of it is produced by your liver. So if you think about it, if anyone's ever known a long time alcoholic, maybe that old lady who was drinking VO and Coke her entire life, when they get older, all of a sudden they're wearing sweaters in 90-degree weather. Not all of a sudden, it happens over time, but you know what I'm talking about. That's not just being old. I've known plenty of old people who aren't cold in 85, 90-degree weather. It's because of the liver dysfunction. Your liver stops working efficiently and your body temperature goes down. So when you have heat stroke or heat exhaustion, it's not only your skin that is trying to regulate your temperature, but also your liver. Your liver stops producing as much body heat. All of the functions actually slow down. If you are in the heat and that ends up happening, and your skin is no longer allowing your sudoriferous glands to expel water, you have lost the ability to regulate your body temperature. I'm sorry, sudoriferous gland is a sweat gland. So you've lost the ability, your skin has lost the ability to regulate your body temperature. Your liver function goes down at the same time. Your heart rate goes up, though, with heat stroke, which is not great. Your adrenal glands end up acting up. It is not a good place to be. So you end up with heat stroke, primo, go to the hospital. Like I said, heat exhaustion, get into a cool place and drink some water. As soon as you stop sweating, though, it's time to start worrying. It's actually time to call the healthcare professional. Yep, those headaches are they are a sign. Stay well hydrated and avoid that entirely. I mean, this is going to sound really silly, but umbrellas aren't just for rain, people. They can keep the sun off you, too. Just saying. So, fun fact of the day. In the skin, you have two major types of glands. They are called sudoriferous and sebaceous. One is a sweat gland and one is an oil gland. Now, the human body produces those everywhere. Now, if you look at your arm, you've got hair growing out of your arm. If you're like me, you got hair coming out of your knuckles because apparently I'm part orangutan. Long arms, hairy knuckles. So every place there's a hole in your body, you produce hair. Sometimes in larger amounts, sometimes in smaller amounts. Kind of depends on the size of the hole. And also your hormones. So you got a big hole in your face called your mouth. Men grow giant beards, mustaches, things like that. Women, for some reason, don't, probably because they're cleaner than men, just, evolutionarily speaking. Genitalia, same thing. You have larger holes. You have hair that grows around them. That hair acts as a filter. And that hair is to pick up bacteria, things like that. So it doesn't end up in your body and give you some horrible disease. So that's the fun fact of the day. Every place you have a hole on your body, whether it's at a sudoriferous and a sebaceous gland, or around your mouth and in your nostrils, you have hair. That was your fun fact of the day. Isn't this a training stream? Yeah, it is. But we just had news. It is 9 o'clock right now, or it's coming up on 9 o'clock right now. Volume is going to get a little bit weird. And between 8:45 and 9 o'clock, weird things do tend to happen on. I'm sorry. Weird things do tend to happen in the market. So I like to be flat at this time. We're talking about the heat stroke with the heat wave going on in the U.S. right now. I believe in Canada as well. So just things for tips on heat stroke. When to call an ambulance, and I always do a fun fact of the day. And also, good morning, Calico. Calico Stray. Are you a cat person? Oh yeah, I'm glad you like it. Thanks, buddy. Thank you, Primo. I appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this. Put back up the regular VWAP that I use. So we came up to the +2 deviation band. Rejected off. It's coming back down. It's halfway through the first. I don't know if any of y'all are trading at this time of day. Considering the trend, wait for a pullback toward VWAP before I take a long. If it breaks through the first deviation band with any strength, I wouldn't mind taking a short 2 VWAP, but I'm not going to take a short right here because there's a very, very good chance it's going to hit this first standard deviation and then bounce back up. And because I know Skeletor would ask, we currently have orders sitting at 30,150, 30,160, 30,170, and 30,180. Most of the orders are underneath us, underneath current price. There is one large block of orders at 30,350. It's 103 of them sitting up there. And there is another large block of orders sitting at 30,500. I wouldn't be surprised if it hit that at some point today. Active point of control right now on NQ is at the 254 level. Anybody here have any questions or comments? I may not have an answer, but I'll do my best. Or direct you to somebody who actually would know better than me. Hey, good morning. Sorry about being a wise. Shit, dude, I don't care. You know what? Calico Stray, be a wise ass as much as you want to. I'm not a sensitive ponytail boy. I'm a grown ass man. If I can't take somebody being a smart ass with me, I wouldn't be on the interwebs doing this shit. So feel free. I appreciate you. And it is not a problem. As long as you can take it as well as you can give it. That's the rule. Growing up, I always was always told you don't throw a punch unless you can take one. You don't run your mouth unless you can take the repercussions. So that's the only rule for that. So I will bust your balls. But like I said, I'm a grown ass man. I can take them. That being said, I also tend to go on rants. So every once in a while, it's probably a good thing if somebody reels me in. All right, full disclosure. Last night, I ended up doing a couple of trades. I'm going to look this up here. So, it's going to look up my P&L here because... All right, so I'm up $299.50 in... that's weird. There was some slippage here. So I'm up between $297.50 and $299.50 in my take profit accounts. I'm down 158, so I'm in the red on my my funded Tradeify, and I did not trade my my trade day account last night. So my funded Tradeify account, I am down about 160 bucks. Or you can put someone on timeout. Have you ever put anyone on timeout? No, I haven't needed to. I'm trading pre-market from 7:30 a.m. until whenever Dave starts up the stream. I think I only have like 140 followers on YouTube, and the people who show up here are the same people who show up every single day. I don't get new followers. I don't get it. This is extremely small stream. I'm not like Dave. Dave has got, I think, a couple thousand followers. And he's got a few hundred people watching him every single day. I think I have, actually, I'll just look right now. I'll tell you exactly how many people are watching this. 9. 9 people watching this. At this time of day, nobody's doing or saying anything that, knock on wood, that would justify me putting anyone in a timeout or banning anyone or any bullshit like that. Generally, I'm of the opinion that most people are decent human beings, and Dave and I aren't. I mean, we're really transparent. We both tell you when we lose. We both tell you when we win. We're both trading cash accounts, prop accounts, evals, funded accounts. We're going the whole gamut. And we're also in our late 40s and 50s. This is not jumping around acting like an asshole and trying to get, because a lot of the streams that get people where they have to ban them are either extremely large or they are infotainment only, which essentially that's what this is. But at the same time, they're doing ridiculous things to get viewers. I'm not going to mention any names because I'm sure you have seen them. And that's just not what we're doing. We're just taking trades at appropriate times and interacting with the people that are in the stream. I'm hoping I never have to ban anyone for acting like an asshole. It may happen eventually, but as of now, has not happened. Like me, Oh, that show up every day. Gotcha. You and Dave is the only stream I watch. I don't have much time in my day. That's all I need. I mean, if you want to hear some podcasts and stuff, I'll recommend some for you. Like you can play them when you're working or doing whatever, if that's a thing that you can do while you're working. I don't know what you do for work. But thank you for that. If you're choosing to watch me over like prop firm match and all those big ones, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, we're still just hanging around at this first deviation band. It went through it. It came back up. Didn't make it quite to the halfway point between first standard deviation and VWAP. It's 9:03 a.m. I'm still not willing to take a trade right now. If I was going to, I would wait for this candle. Oh, actually, let me put this on a 5 just for a little bit tighter. If I was going to, I would probably take a long on a closure above the first standard deviation and a confirmation. So if this was to close green above the first standard deviation, next candle was green and closed green, I would take a small size, like a 1 micro NQ long. So can you guys hear that rain in the background? Put on a set of headphones here. I feel like I was yelling at you. Let me know if you can hear me. According to this, I've got my headphones and my microphone set. So if anybody's in here listening, let me know if you can hear my voice. Well, there went my long idea. So today, I am going to be cutting out a little bit early. Getting out of the Caribbean here. So I'm going to take a nice, long, relaxing drive, go into San Jose, and get a hotel there, stay overnight, and then go take care of some business in the peninsula, and head back toward the homestead. I got to set up a meeting with a trucking company. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a very interesting couple of weeks. So I don't know if any of you guys actually watch the shorts on my YouTube channel, but there's going to, over the course of the next 6 months, there's going to be a whole lot of nature stuff going on in there, which I'm not sure if it's going to mess up my algorithm Honestly, don't really care. But there's all these beach cleanup projects are starting to come together. So that should be fun. If anybody's in Costa Rica and wants to volunteer some time, y'all know where to find me. If anybody wants to donate a couple of bucks to a cause, actually, if y'all don't mind, I'm going to throw this in the chat here. Hold on. That is a plastic cleanup project we're doing. If anybody wants to fund it, anybody wants to volunteer time, that would be awesome. If anybody wants to share that in their social media, that would be awesome too. The more people that we get to see it, the more volunteers we get, the more money we get, the more recycling we can actually do, and the more shit we can pull out of the ocean. This is a small project. It is not huge. Playa Negro has, over the course of this last week that I've been here, 10 days, has reduced its weight in plastic by about 71 kilograms. And that's with 2 people. So I can get 10 volunteers. That would be absolutely amazing. All right, now I'm going to start looking for longs here on MNQ. Still not ready to take a trade yet, being this close to market open, but I did take a those couple of pre-market trades. Like I said, I'm down about 100 and I guess 160 bucks on my trade day account. No, not my trade day, Tradeify account, and I'm up like 200 in my take profit or something. Yeah, 158.96, so like 160 bucks down in my Tradeify. Oh, almost 200 in my take profit. So you know, not a horrible pre-market. Thank you, Skeletor. Appreciate that. Yeah, this is I'm running it. Basically setting up all of the because you need to actually truck that stuff out. A lot of this stuff is in beaches where there's very little access. One of the beaches that I go to is actually a 2-kilometer trek in. There are not roads to get to it. First time I saw this beach, literally a solid 900 yards of plastic bags and toothbrushes, plastic drinking straws, like soda pop bottles. I mean, it was, and it was, I don't know, it was about 200 yards worth in length and coming about 9 feet off of the tree line going out towards the beach. And this is just all shit that washed up on the shore. But because it's very hard to get to that beach and actually pull anything out, nobody's been doing anything about it. So can't have that. I don't like having to cut ghost nets off of turtles. I don't like finding dead ones up on the beach either, because that's disheartening. All right, active point of control is still below the current price here. So there is a good chance that this is going to get touched. And because Dave likes to do it, I am going to there's your midnight open price. Sure what these blue lines are here. Oh, okay. Volume profile, that would have been the value areas for the current session. So this is midnight price. It's already come into contact with it, so this is negated completely. Current price is 30,139. So let's get rid of this and look at the closing price here. Very small gap down to previous session's closing price. So we don't really need to worry about coming into contact with midnight. We don't really need to worry about a gap down to yesterday's closing. Basically, today is just going to be watching a chart and taking it easy. It is the day before a holiday. We had some pretty big news. Sometimes all you need is just focus on one thing and one thing only. I mean, focused attention is a good thing. Nick, I'm looking at your sea turtle link right now. Very interesting. I mean, I'm not expecting it to turn into a huge project, but I am very hopeful. That's and thank you for saying that. That's what I do on the weekends and most afternoons. So there you go.
Nick bought a truck, he could have bought a car and a plane and a new guitar. Whoa, Nick Money got money.
Okay. That's what I do on the weekends. So I'm just gonna play this now. And on that note, I'm gonna go grab some more coffee.
Trouble won't bloom. He moved like he know the route, but he keep that whole thing out. No rush, no flex, no show, no stunt. Just one more round, then he's gone up front. Does he ever stop the freaking, or is he always sneaking? I see that look when the lights go dim, like he got a whole other life within. What Nick do on the weekend? What Nick do on the weekend? You keep it calm, but I can feel it. You keep it calm, but I can read it. What Nick do on the weekend? What Nick do on the weekend? What Nick do? What Nick do? Somebody tell me what he do. He on the stream looking so serene, like he ain't never seen a scene. One hand up, one hand clean, smiling soft like a church machine. Ooh, does he ever stop the freaking, or just switch up when we peeking? He talk low, then the room goes loud. Got that whole damn place spellbound. Maybe he out in the evening there. Maybe he got 10 plans there. Maybe he just keep it tucked away till the weekend gets it saved. Does he ever stop the freaking, or is he always sneaking? I see that look when the lights go dim, like he got a whole other life within. What Nick do on the weekend? What Nick do on the weekend? He keep it calm, but I can feel it. He keep it calm, but I can read it. What Nick do on the weekend? What Nick do on the weekend? What Nick do? What Nick do? Somebody tell me what he do. Oh Lord, that smile is a curtain, and the truth feel half buried. When the bass drop, he don't flinch at all, like he already heard that call. What Nick do on the weekend? What Nick do on the weekend? You keep it calm, but I can feel it. You keep it calm, but I can read it. What Nick do on the weekend? What Nick do on the weekend? What Nick do? What Nick do? Somebody tell me what he do. Oh, Nick, money got money. Oh, Nick, money got money. Oh, hey, money got money. Oh, Nick, money got money. Nick bought a truck. He could have bought a car and a plane and a new guitar. Oh, Nick, money got money. Clocker said what? A pussy and a butt. Clocker said what? A pussy and a butt. Whoa, who you talking about? Whoa, what you said out loud? Whoa, money got money. Whoa, Nick, money got money. Hit that line, let it ring. Whoa, Nick, money got money. Whoa, money got money. Whoa, Nick, money got money. Scott Jopin, Deng Xiaoping, they all over there, the whole damn gang. Whoa, Nick, money got money. Boots on wood, hands in the air, dust on the floor, praise everywhere. Every step says he made it through. Every clap sounded loud for you. Clocker said what? A pussy and a butt. Clocker said what? a pussy and a butt. Whoa, say it one more time. Whoa,
All right.
stop in line.
We have 7 minutes until
Whoa, Nick Money got
7 minutes until market open.
let it ring. Whoa, Nick Money got money. Whoa,
Is everybody staying calm?
got money. Whoa, Nick Money got money. Stomp pills, claps.
There's the butcher.
Heel toe in, the whole place snaps. Shot it back, let it roll. Nick got fire in his soul.
All right. So 7 minutes until market open. Like I said, it's going to be a short day for me today. Drop this back down to the 5 from the 15. Did not make it down to VWAP. The market butcher is now in the house. I'm going to be going on with him in just a minute. I'm going to change this over to 1 contract rather than 4. Again, Skeletor, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate you. Everybody in the stream. Angia, Skeletor, Tim, if you're still there, if you're at work. Hello, Tim. Thanks for joining me. Calico, Czar. Who else was in here this morning? Tim, Calico, Angia, Czar, Primo, Hawkflies. Everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I just went through the chat there. Thank you for joining me this morning for the pre-market. Calico, sorry about all the human physiology stuff. I'm not. It'll happen again. Gonna have to deal with it. But I'm glad to have you. And I'm gonna end this now. Go over and hang out with Dave. You can still watch on Mustang.trader or the Market Butcher Live. Either way, appreciate you joining me, and I will see you in a couple minutes.